Off a few of the last examples when it comes to Muktze questions. There's a discussion in the poskim. What about with the Lego toys? Are your children allowed to play with Legos on Shabbat? Is there a problem of the building and the destruction of the building or not? So the Halacha explains, Rav Abaye writes, Mutar lashot levanav haktanim shelo hagiu lemitzvot lesachek be'avnei pele Lego shebeshabbat velivnot mehem tzurot shonot. You're allowed to allow your children to play with Legos on Shabbat, even though they're building and taking apart different types of imaginations that they have. They're constructing it and breaking it apart. It's still okay for their children to play with. She'en binyan ustar bekelim. There's a principle in the Gemara that there's no building or destruction with kelim, with utensils. This applies to any other of the types, similar game that applies to Lego, that would involve the building and the destruction with toys. Now there's a question, what about backgammon? What about sheshbesh? So this is a longer question. Rabbi Chaim quotes a Shiltei Geburim that mentions what the game chess. The chess, the Shiltei Geburim quotes chess because it's a more strategic game and there's no dice involved and there's no luck involved. The chess would be less of a problem on Shabbat. Backgammon, because of the dice, enters a whole different realm. To keep it short, Rav Ovadia also writes, any type of dice rolling games on Shabbat, kigon sheshbesh. Rav Ovadia also includes shachmat, chess, in that category. The reason is same as Rabbi Chaim says. The reason is that we were given Shabbat and Yom Tov to spend time learning Torah, studying Torah, teaching Torah to our children, spending time with our family. Rav Ovadia is taking the route that because of the element that you're wasting your time, it should be spent with studying Torah. It's best to refrain from these games. We asked Rabbi Chaim, okay, long story short, how do we advise for our community? He said that he thinks chess is less of a problem, and he based it on the shachmat, the Shiltei Geburim that says because it has to do with more strategy and less luck. It is no luck, rather, it's all strategy. It's okay. He said backgammon is more of a problem. It's similar to the lines of Rav Ovadia. He says everyone has to know themselves and their level. Ideally, they would spend all day learning Shabbat. But if they can't, then you have to understand what's the alternative. If God forbid the alternative is TV or Lashon Hara chas v'shalom, then okay, you allow them to play backgammon and allow them to play chess. But if the alternative is learning Torah, you should push them to pray Torah and to learn Torah and pray and read Tehillim. Last idea is last thing before we conclude is what about bicycles, bikes? So again, it's a machloket amongst the poskim. Rav Ovadia is actually strict. She says adults shouldn't be going on bikes. Children, a bike wouldn't be Muktze because for children they may ride a bike, and Rav Ovadia allows the bikes for children. They're not considered Muktze. The Ben Ish Chai is famous for having a tshuva that allows riding a bike on Shabbat, and this is what we rely on in our community as well. Rabbi Chaim says if anyone wants to upgrade from, God forbid, driving on Shabbat to biking on Shabbat, absolutely we don't hesitate. By all means, we do it and we promote it. It's a big zechut to upgrade and become a Shomer Shabbat in that way. So we hold like the Ben Ish Chai when it comes to riding a bike on Shabbat. Have a wonderful day.